There's John from Heroes and Legends, and I just joined this Swiss Legacy Cube. I usually like to do single elimination, but this was about to fire, so I just jumped in. And we got our first pack here. So, a few things that I see. Noble Hierarch is fantastic. There's a definitely a green ramp strategy here. There's not a whole lot else. I mean, you have a mana producing planeswalker like Xenagos. Venser can do some things. To start out, I think I'm just going to take what I consider the best card. I think that's Control Magic in this pack anyway. So there's some other good choices here. I mean, they really kind of nerfed red, but having said that, a lot of people are avoiding red, so it might not be wrong to take Magna Jet or Goblin Guide, but probably more so Goblin Guide. But I think we're going to go Control Magic. It's just the best card, and we'll see what happens. Um, we can always potentially ramp towards that, but now we see, as I look over here to the right, another really strong card, and that's Glen Elendra. So 2/2 flyer for 4, but more importantly, can counter target non-creature spells, has persist. Um, kind of mentioning before, red's not a bad backup color. Maybe for blue, there's a Chain Lightning here that probably won't wheel. Um, Cyclonic Rift is not a bad card at all. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot here, though. We'll take Glen Elendra, and I'll be very happy with that. Okay, so this pack doesn't have as much blue. There is a breeding pool here. That's definitely going to be an option for us. And Repeal is okay, but it's very mana intensive. Yeah, is a charm. Basically what we're looking for, I mean, starting out in blue, if we continue this, is counter spells. We want to basically play control. A board sweep we'll need. This guy's not bad, but he's definitely for a bigger creature deck. Wow, there's just not a whole lot here for us. This is another more aggressive card, but a good card. Thrawn is also very hard to deal with. I think I'm just going to take Ulamog here, just because, you know what? I'm going to take the breeding pool. It just leaves us open. Ulamog is a long ways away. um, wow, blue dried up quick, so we're going to have to really fall back on our game plan here and take a real close look at what is available. And Reoccurring Nightmare is a very strong card. Definitely the strongest card. Fourth picking that is not bad. So it doesn't mean we're out of blue. I mean, we can definitely play blue-black control. But wow, there's just no blue coming our way at all. Not a whole lot of green either. I think green and blue may be the strongest colors in this cube. But let's take the Nightmare. I mean, we're still open for anything at this point. Some decent green coming our way too. Let's see. His bonfire is good too. I don't know about the red though. We passed a lot of decent reds, so do we want to try to pick up a little bit of green? Maybe go with Hornet Queen and just see if we start wheeling some mana producers. This time we get a couple interesting things. Arena is probably the strongest card here. Overrun would be fine if we end up going green, but let's go with Arena. It's just the best card. I think that's kind of where we're at right now. And then here's an elf. So interesting. So it's a pretty late pick, Finehorn Elf. I mean, that's a signal. So let's go with that. Yeah, Craterhoof. I mean, we're speculating a little bit here, but if we start picking up these cards, maybe we'll cut that deck. And if we're going for that deck, well, Let's get Xenagos. Alright, so now Cyclonic Rift came back to us. Is a really good card. Let's just take it. So, Temple of Mastery leaves us open, or I'm sorry, Temple of Malady leaves us open to do some different color fixing. Oh, maybe just take the Chrome Mox here. Not my favorite pick, but we really don't know what we're doing yet. Court of Calling came back around. That's a big signal. I'll take Fires. I don't know if I'll play it, but probably not going to play that, but there he is. So I don't know. Right now we don't have a whole lot of red. We could splash for red if we really needed to. Like I like to play Xenagos if we do end up going that green with that green deck. Now let's see what Pack 2 has. All right. So if we're going for the green deck, there's not a whole lot here for us. Reclamation Sage is good in that deck. Mana War is a great blue card, but I'm really concerned about continuing down that blue path right now. Wormcoil Engine doesn't commit us to anything. It's an awesome card, so I think that's probably going to be our pick. There's other good choices here too. Even like Kira's Follower would be okay because it kind of goes with the blue or the green. But let's take Wormcoil Engine. That's just the no-brainer for us here right now. Force of Will. It's kind of where we wanted to be about 10, 12 picks ago. But since that is no longer where we want it to be, I mean, the Wild Mongrel is a discard outlet if we end up going into that strategy with green. There's also Rampant Growth here. Primage not bad either. Let's just take the Rampant Growth. Let's see if we cut some of this ramp. There's a Tooth and Nail, but there's Elvish Mystic. That's another really good sign for us. Curve is so spread out. Yeah, green just seems the most open. Maybe followed by red. Wall of Blossoms, more mana ramp. I think we just go all in. It seems to be the signal we're getting. If we can ramp into some of these big creatures, and you know, still got a lot of picks left. I mean, there's artifact producing mana out there. There's cards like Whisperwood Elemental, which is very good. Got another mana dork too, but he's not quite as good of one. So let's take the Elemental. I'll take a Overgrown Battlement, especially this late. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. We're going to start needing some threats. So I might pass up the Search for Tomorrow, go with the Master of Wilds. I just think that's just a much better pick here. And a couple of things we can probably start cutting. Double black is probably not going to be a thing for us. Yeah, I'll kind of leave everything else for right now. Warhammer's not bad either. If that could wheel potentially. Woodfall Primus and Elf. So I mean he could. Well, I guess he won't wheel, will he? No, down to 8 cards, but I think we need the Mana Dork. Reclamation Sage came back for us. That's good. I'll take that. Wild Mongrel also came back. That's also very good. Let's take the dual land here. Splashing black looks like it'll be very doable right now. Splashing blue maybe too, so we'll see what we end up getting. And Control Magic might be asking a little much, but it is a fine card. If we get some more mana fixing, that could be a thing. At this point, I think we're just looking for mana fixing and just some more ramp. We have ramp targets, maybe a few more mid-curve, mid-range creatures just to keep us alive. River Boa kind of does the trick. Madcap Skill is a very good card too for this type of deck, but let's go with the Regenerator, and he's cheap. Got a black-blue. That's a little annoying, but it also has a scry, so let's take it. Overall, I'm not super unhappy where we ended up here. Nicol Bolas. I don't know if we're going the route of white, but he could be quite good for us. This is a collector. So we'll just see what we're dealt. I really do like Armageddon just as a panic button sometimes. Probably fits a little better in a control deck. Deranged Hermit is that perfect mid-range card I was talking about to get to, so I think that's going to be our pick. I mean, maybe if we're lucky, we'll wheel Temple of Mastery. Oh, Genesis Wave is here too. That's really good. Wow, it's between this and this. Now, this guy's a little cheaper. Man, this is a tough one. I think I'm going with Hermit. With Deranged Hermit, just because we might be able to wheel Genesis Wave because it's just such a green commitment, and we've taken all the big green cards, so there's a good chance that will come back to us. Adventurous of Zendikar is really fine. There's a lot of good stuff here. We'll wheel something out of this pack. I mean, Garrick's good for 4, and you're just one away by forcing basically a overrun as well with him. And we have a lot of small creatures, so that might be the pick. Definitely like Adventurous Zendikar too, and Elder, but I think I'm going to take Garrick here. I think our deck could use that more than any of the others right now. Dark Ritual. This guy's good. Frost Titan's also good if we thought we could squeak by with more blue. I think we could get a couple more blue out of this. Maybe if I don't splash for Xenagos. Yeah, I'm going for it. We're living the dream. Frost Titan, get in there. Alright. Dungeon Geist. That might be pushing our luck a little bit. But, Edric. I think Edric might be the pick here for us. We need the card draw. It's something we really don't have at this juncture, and we really will need it for this type of deck. If push came to shove, we got a Satyr. Fix some of our mana problems maybe if we want to splash other stuff, but I don't think that's really where we want to go. Elspeth Tyrell's okay, yeah. Let's take the Satyr there. Life from the Loam. Oh yeah, Wolfare Silverheart. That's another fine mid-rangey guy. Not really seeing Grizzlebrand. Balisk is definitely decent. Let's go super creature heavy. Beast Within. This will protect us a little bit. I like that. So I'm starting to think we're maybe not doing black. I like to try to keep Xenagos. We'll see. It's a board sweeper, very control-y card for what we're doing, but I don't think we're going to try to venture into the white either. Temple Mastery did come back, so did Genesis Wave. So I guess the question is, do we need... I think I need the fixing worse than the end game at this point. That could have been definitely an arguable pick, but I just think Control Magic, Frost Titan, and Alundra, especially considering um, how good those cards are, I think we just want to be able to play them. Elder Wield. And that's perfect for setting a same thing here, same argument. This is a good guy, but I think we need the land here more. Really nothing for us here. What don't we want to play against? Probably this guy. Same question. What don't we want to play against? Living Death and Sorin. Okay. So I think the pieces are here. Would have been nice to be able to pull, say, like a Basalt Monolith or something like that, I think, but and maybe a little more card draw. But I like, for the most part, I like where we are. So we have a few cuts to make. Our curve, well, I know. Let me just move our land over for a second and kind of decide what we want to do. I think I can play the Mox as a land in this deck and be safe, considering we have just so much ramp. So what do we want to tackle here? Got a lot of good stuff. Kind of wonder if well, that's got Convoke, so maybe. We got 21 creatures, but I think that's good. This might be kind of living the dream if we're really going to overload this, but if we're just looking to hold someone off, or protect a card. Guys bounce him too. There's things that can do for us. Reclamation Sage may be more of a sideboard card. So you have to get rid of about 4 more things. I know. Rift might also be a sideboard card. Try to ease off the blue. It's such a good card, but at the same time, am I asking a lot? Because these are the cards: the Hornet, Queen, Crater Hoof. Those are the ones we're trying to get to. Frost Titan, Worm Coil. As cube, games don't necessarily last super long. Mongrel might not actually work because I don't think we have any sort of revive from the graveyard sort of stuff. So yeah, we probably don't need him. I cut one more card. Kind of like where we're at. Maybe Rampant Growth. I mean, we're not really playing black. Or no, oh, yeah, he's green to regenerate. I was thinking he was black. Oh, so he's good. Um, last cut is always the toughest. Maybe Voyaging Satyr for 2. Alright, and then as far as our mana goes, it's like we have 2 double blue and a single blue and then a single red. So we got the Mox, but that's more ramp. There's 1 blue source. That's not going to help us. That's not going to help us. 2 blue sources and a red source. So we probably want to get, it's not super ideal, but I think that's, yeah, so that's going to give us, I think that's fine for red sources. 1, 2, 3, 4 for blue sources. Maybe 1 more island. I think that's fine. I don't think we'll be diluting our green that badly if we do that. Alright, well, interesting deck. Let's see how it works.